Hi, Calvary. This is Pastor Alice for our midweek devotion on this Ash Wednesday. Number one, we invite you to our Ash Wednesday service, which is tonight in our sanctuary at 6:30. It's also on live stream. This service will begin our Lenten season and series. And our Lenten series is about barriers to our wellness. So, examining with gentleness and compassion what keeps us from being well. And for Ash Wednesday, we are focusing on fear, the barrier of fear. And we will have some ritual stations for you to partake in and reflect on. And you will have the opportunity to be imposed with ashes. For midweek devotion, we have some prayers in the form of videos, and these prayers are often poetry. Often those two genres can be combined. And so I just invite you during this time to reflect on these prayers that are presented. And if there's a certain phrase that really strikes you, I'd like you to press pause, write it down, and just reflect on that a bit. Because each of these phrases presented in this video, these two videos, is really like pregnant with meaning. So, but I look forward to Ash Wednesday, in that I have been able to redefine it for myself as a pastor in the last few years. Ash Wednesday used to begin a difficult season of Lent where I was focused on all of my flaws and how I needed to improve myself, and usually giving up something I enjoyed was involved in there. But now I see Lent in a very different light of just examining gently what might be creating distance between me and God. What might be ways that I can become closer with God as we go through this Lenten journey. Felicity says she has it all figured out. But Lent for me as a pastor now is very different. It's not suffering for suffering's sake. But it is, just self-examination with gentleness and compassion. So I hope that, if Ash Wednesday and Lent has been difficult for you in years past, I hope you're able to look at it with new vision and just a new interpretation. Something that's a lot more loving, something that honors your belovedness as a person, and also allows for healthy examination of you and your relationship with God. So now I invite you to sit back and in a comfortable position and just soak in these prayers for Ash Wednesday.
Bodies made of dirt, earth and soil, remembering who we are, not gods, but the image of God, not divine, but the likeness of the divine, made with breath, the wind in our lungs, dependent on intimate touch from our Creator to be brought together from the ground up, connected to all the life around us, not separate, but tied, woven, a branch, a leaf. The ashes on the forehead mark the mind to remind us of the person who we are, as temporary persons who leave our imprint by way of our love for one another, not by way of power nor control, but the gentle hands of a sculptor shaping us in cooperation and co-creation, creation shaped by the created, created shaping the Creator. The artists seeing themselves in the earthenware. By way of growing tenderness, a shoot that emerges forth from the ground, that climbs upward to the sun, that will return one day to the earth it has come, as a seed, as life eternal, as life renewed.
O divine Creator, in the vast expanse of the soul's desert, where silence speaks louder than words, we come before you, acknowledging the arid landscapes within our beings, in the midst of our chaos, and from the depths of our conscious and unconscious. We cry out, have mercy upon our fractured souls. Where the shadows dance, create a sanctuary of light. Create in us a clean heart. Renew our spirits. We confess our weakness, not as a plea for punishment, but as a pathway to transformation. Wash away the stains from our hard hearts. Help us to surrender our many habitual and protective fear strategies we think guard our imaginations, but only keep our lives smaller. Give us eyes to see the many illusions we've clung to in the quest for significance that obstruct our true receiving and seeing. Guide us to stillness, into silence. Let our heart's inner chatter subside, allowing the whispers of your wisdom to emerge and to be woven into the fabric of our becoming. May your spirit of truth guide us into all understanding, unraveling the knots of confusion that bind our souls. Give us courage to face the darkness within. For in acknowledging the shadows, we find the path to wholeness. Amidst the noise of the world, may we discover the sacred in the ordinary, and the divine in the midst of all the chaos. Help us to see the divine spark in every person and situation, recognizing the interconnectedness of all existence. unite the fractured pieces of our souls, that we may become a vessel of love and compassion in the world. Grant us the wisdom to release attachment, embracing and exploring the unknown with trust and faith and curiosity. A sacred alchemy turning our wounds into well springs of compassion. Open my heart to the web of life, where every being is a reflection of the divine, and every encounter is a sacred communion. O divine presence, as I navigate the landscapes of my inner desert, may I find rivers of grace flowing through the parched terrain, quenching the thirst of my soul. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me with a willing spirit, that I may walk the path of love and wisdom. In this sacred journey, may I be a beacon of light, a vessel of love, and a conduit of transformation. I offer my heart, not as a sacrificial lamb, but as a willing co-creator in the ongoing dance of dying and rising, and dying and rising. In your holy and diverse names I pray. Amen.